Alright, so we're back again. Philadelphia last episode was the trade deadline, and now we're going to be progressing on with the rest of the month and trying to make that push for the playoffs, trying to get into the playoffs. So this is what we're going to be simming up to is this St. Louis, trying to keep our record. If shit goes downhill really quickly, I will jump into it. Hold on, am I reading that right? Brooks Like is the leading goal scorer for the Washington Capitals. Well, we can obviously see why they're losing games, but yeah, let's progress on and see. So if things do get out of hand, we will jump in and try to fix that. Up against the Caps, we beat them last time, beat them this time. There he goes, 2 wins for us. Going up against the Maple Leafs next. Louis Eriksson jumps over on Claude Giroux, leading goal scorer. There we go. That's what I like to see. Up against the Leafs, are we going to get the win against the Leafs or overtime loss? Either or I'm okay with. We get the win against the Leafs as well, so we're up to 34 wins on the season and pushing. Giroux gets another goal in that game and mocks it up. The Devils are playing red hot also, 39, and we've lost 5-0. So we got worked by the Devils in that game, and we're going up against the Penguins next on Saturday. So that's a huge rivalry at home. So hopefully we can get the win after getting after getting shut out majorly by the Devils. So let's see what we get here. A win, hopefully. We do get a win, and up against them the next day in Philadelphia, or in Pittsburgh, sorry, and we lose. Just give me a second to clear my throat. Because that's sort of annoying. Up against Chicago, we get the win against the Hawks to improve to 36 on the season, and up against Dallas next, and 3-2 loss in overtime, I believe that was. So it's not too bad, That's still a point. Up against St. Louis, 30-39, and we are going to 7 years get the win against St. Louis. So there we go, progressing to 37 wins. LA's next on the agenda. And we're going to get the win against LA for 1-4. So we are just steamrolling. We make a couple trades, and now we're steamrolling over people as we've lost like maybe 2 games. 4-3 win over the Rangers there. We go up to 39 wins in the season. The Leafs 41-25-8. We're at home, and the Leafs get shut down 3-5. 40 wins on the year for the Flyers. Apparently doing those trades were great because Giroux seems to be on fire now. 32 goals for the guy, 53 assists. Up against B-Town, 2-1 win. There we go, can't stop us. And now we're up here, up against St. Louis, and we are 41-22-11. So in that last month, or in that last simulation, I think we lost twice. One to New Jersey. We lost 3 times. Once to New Jersey, once to the Penguins, and once to the Stars. But we did get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins with 3 losses. So out of 12, we won 9, which is great. Let's go look at the stats. Let's go look at the team standings right now. We've moved ourselves up in second in the league, right behind New Jersey now. So we're easily pushing for that Stanley Cup run, 93 points. Jersey's playing phenomenal. But yeah, so now we're second in the league. And player stats for the season, let's go look at that. Apparently my body just wants to be a dick right now because everything's not really going well. So goals, Claude Giroux is leading the team with 32. Louis Eriksson has 29, and Jakub Voracek has 22. Lecavalier also has 22, and Simmons has 21. So our first and second line, each player on that line has at least 20 goals, which is great, and at least 20 assists, which is also great. So let's look now. Claude Giroux has 53 assists. He is playing phenomenal. Voracek has 34. Lecavalier has 31. Timonen has 30. Eriksson has 29, so he's even with 59 points. And Wayne Simmons has 28. Luke Schenn and Matt Reed both combined for 22 apiece. Braden Corbin has 18, as well as OEL. Braden Schenn with 17. Couturier with 14. And I believe everybody at least has 1 point. Even Chris Van Videl, as he got that 1 point earlier on in the season. Now we're going to go up to points. Giroux has 85 points in 74 games, so he's easily our above point a game player. And then Eriksson has 58 points in 73 games, as well as Voracek 50 points and Lecavalier 50 points. Simmons is pretty much there. He'll get it in the next 1 or 2 games. And then Timonen, Matt Reed, and Braden Schenn as we progressively go down. There we are. Let's look at our goaltending stats right now. So Steve Mason has 35 wins, 20 losses, and 3 overtime losses. 3 losses in the shutout. Save percentage is pretty much dead even on for our goalies. Shots against, 1 shutout, 5 for Steve Mason. 0 penalty minutes, 0 goals, 5 assists for Mason. Where's the save percentage? Save percentage, there we go. Is, like I said, pretty much even. And so they're there, and there's the goals against average, also pretty much even. So our goalies are getting it done apparently for the team. I think we have a little bit more to go, so let's go ahead and advance that another month or so, or a couple games, and then it'll be the playoffs. So we'll do that. We'll wrap up the rest of the season. We'll look at what we're going into, and then the next video after that will be the playoffs. So we start off losing against the St. Louis Blues in regulations. That's not the greatest. Up against the Columbus Blue Jackets now, and we're gonna lose another game right there. Apparently the Oilers can clinch a playoff spot, which is kind of weird. Up against Boston, hopefully we can get a win here, get it going again. And are we going to do it? We get our win, so there we go. So we're back on the roll. And up against Buffalo, we get another win against Buffalo. Scout assessment in the WHL. Players I'm looking for this year, OHL, is probably going to be... let me look and see. Potentially, there you go. Aaron Ekblad should be a top pick this year. So we will look at him. But yeah, so there we go. 2 wins there in a row, and we're back on the winning road. And yeah, so there we go. So win against Buffalo, and here we go against Florida now. So get another win there. 44 wins in the season. Up against Tampa Bay, and are we gonna get a win against the Lightning? We do get a win against the Lightning there. Pittsburgh to round it off on the road. Last road game of the year, I believe, up against the Penguins. Let's put one in the dagger. 46 wins on the season. Nope. Actually, I believe that was an overtime loss. And last game at home against Carolina. We do it for the fans. We would not do it for the fans there, and we would lose the last game of the season at home 5-3. Finishing up the year 45, 25, and 12 for us. So I do think we have more points than the Hurricanes. So let's go ahead and we're going to sim up this way. And so there we go. So there, back in October, we wanted 40 wins this season. We ended up with 45, and we exceeded the expectations. So there we are. Let's look at the playoff tree. Let's look at the team standings for the rest of the season, and that's what we'll do. So there we go. So team standings for the rest of the season. We did finish second in the league. There we go, boys. There we go. So we did clinch that playoff spot, and I don't believe we clinched. Edmonton clinches their division. Jesus Christ. Wouldn't expect that. Edmonton, Minnesota, Winnipeg, Chicago, Calgary gets up there, Nashville, Colorado, Vancouver. Teams that did not make the playoffs: Phoenix, San Jose, St. Louis, Anaheim, Dallas, the LA Kings. Teams that you would not expect to not make the playoffs actually at all, and the teams that you would expect to not be in the playoffs ended up making it in this GM. So there you go. In the Eastern Conference, Jersey is going to get the conference, and we are going to get the playoff spot, not the divisional title, which is kind of weird because I think actually we're in the same division as Jersey. But there you go. So teams that make it: Jersey, Philly, Carolina, Ottawa, Columbus, the Rangers, Florida apparently, and the Maple Leafs. So the Caps, the Canadiens, the Bruins, the Penguins, the Lightning, and the Islanders, as well as the Wings and Buffalo, did not make the playoffs. So there you are. There's the Pacific Conference. There's the Central Division. So pretty much a lot of the teams out of the Central Division did make it. The Atlantic Division have those 3, and the Metropolitan Division, Jersey, is going to cap that one. So there's how the entire league looks. That's how the stats look for the end of the year. So let's go ahead and look at our player stats for the rest of the season, and that will pretty much mock it up, and then we'll look at the playoff tree. So Louis Eriksson is going to end up leading our team in goals with 36 goals on the year, almost 40, and then Claude Giroux has 34. Voracek has 24, Lecavalier has 23, Simmons has 23, Matt Reed had 17, Downey had 14, Chris Newberry had 10, Shen had 10, Couturier had 9, Eric Wellwood, the rookie, had 8, Timonen had 8, OEL had 7, Corbin had 7, Zach Ronaldo had 5, Phillips had 3, Luke Shen had 2, Adam Hall had 2, Orpik had 1, and Van Vid, I'm not even going to bother because he was taken off the team very early. So Giroux ended up leading the teams in assists with 58, Voracek had 42, Timonen had 33, Lecavalier had 32, Louis Eriksson ended up with 31, Wayne Simmons had 30, Luke Shen had 29, OEL had 23, Matt Reed had 23, Corbin had 21, Shen had 20, Couturier had 16, Downey had 14, Phillips had 10, Wellwood had 9, Orpik had 7, Ronaldo also had 7, Newberry and Hall had 4 and 3, and in points, Claude Giroux almost gets an 100-point season, gets 92 points on the year for us, Louis Eriksson with 67, Voracek with 66, Lecavalier 55, 53 for Simmons, 41 for Tiemann, and Matt Reed had 40, Luke Shen had 31, OEL had 30, as well as Braden Shen. Steve Downey had 28, along with Coburn. Couturier had 25, 17 for Wellwood, 14 for Newberry. Phillips had 13, Ronaldo had 12, Orpik had 8, Hall had 5. And there you go. So penalty minutes was leading by Zach Ronaldo and Coburn. Plus minus went to plus 28 for Luke Shen and minus 7 for Couturier. Power play goals leading on the team was Giroux with 12. Shorthanded goals also led by Giroux with 2. And Louis Eriksson had 8 game-winning goals for us this year. Well, I guess not throughout the entire year. Shot percentage highest on the team went to Steve Downey. Eric Wellwood shooting 14%, and then Louis Eriksson with 13. Faceoffs won to Giroux. Faceoffs taken. Faceoff percentage is 57. We're easy. Nice to have Claude Giroux taking 57% of faceoffs for us. Orpik had the most giveaways for us, and LeCavier had the most takeaways this year. Most minutes played go to Coburn and Giroux, surprisingly, and then there you go. So let's go ahead and look at our goaltenders, and we'll look at how that ends. A dead even goals against average for both of our attendees, and a dead even save percentage. So as you can see there are the stats for the year. That's how we're going to run it out. That's how it's going to look. And now let's look at the playoff trees. So for the NHL, there's the playoff tree. Edmonton goes up against Colorado, Calgary against Vancouver, Winnipeg against Nashville, and Minnesota against Chicago. On the right side, you have Ottawa against Columbus, Florida against Toronto, New Jersey against the Rangers, and Philadelphia against Carolina. It's nice to see so many Canadian teams right now in the playoffs. You have Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Winnipeg, Ottawa, and Toronto. So 6 teams. I actually think that all of them are in there. I'm trying to think right now if there isn't any Canadian team that is not in the playoff right now. No, I think they're all in there. Yeah, I think they are. The 2 teams from Alberta, the 1 from BC, the 2 from Ontario, and the 1 from Manitoba. Yeah. Oh no, Montreal did not make the playoffs. Sorry, Canadians fans, but everyone but Montreal did make the playoffs. So it is nice to see. Next episode, we will get into the playoffs. We will go for that Stanley Cup. We will push the cup, and so we did end up finishing second in the league, second in the tier, and second in the Metropolitan Division. Next year, if depending on who we have on the team and how well we work, we'll push for that President's Cup trophy and then push again for the Stanley Cup. But that's beside the fact right now. We're pushing for the cup final. We're pushing for this cup. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys in the next episode.